Hello everyone. Today we'll be doing a student presentation on COVID data in the United Kingdom. And so this is the web page that I'll be exploring. Uh, the COVID-19 virus has changed our lives as we know it. And so the purpose of this web page that I'm exploring is to explore that data in different ways and see how this past year has been. It allows people to compare different countries, and then it also normalizes the data so you can see per million people how many cases have been done, how many deaths have there been, and more. So for this section, for what's in the data, I'll be going through the small overview and then jumping to see it in action. So the first one is relatively simple. It shows the daily number of confirmed cases, and from that we'll be able to see a graph. If we come over here and go to the daily number of confirmed cases, we're able to see how it rises and then clearly has been in the downslope. There's a couple of nice features over here to know. Over here, you can switch it into a log, so then it normalizes the numbers as well as the ability to compare with different states, with different countries, excuse me. So over here with the red line, United States, and then the black line is United Kingdom. And then it also has the option to adjust the dates. So if you want to see how it was in the beginning and then how it flew up, that is also able to be shown. There's a couple options, other options. You can see a map of the total, the whole world. And if you'd like, you're about the numbers, then you're able to see the table as well, right over here. So the next section is compared to other countries, and the useful part for this one is that it looks at the number of confirmed cases per million people. So this way you're able to see it on a much general level, and you're able to compare the numbers. So if we want to compare this to Afghanistan, uh, then we're able to see that. Obviously, probably the population is very low, so it would have to be adjusted. And so these type of graphs are also shown for different things. So as if we come over here, it's also for confirmed deaths, for vaccinations, and testing. As we can see, it's very similar. The type of graphs that are shown. These are for cumulative cases, and then cumulative cases compared to other countries. That is similar to what we saw over here. Over here we had daily cases and daily cases compared to other countries, with the main point over here being that it shows the number per million people. So you can see a difference between two different countries or even more than two countries. And then so this is cumulative cases, and the biweekly cases is something that I really enjoyed. So if we jump up over here, biweekly cases, we they have a whole explanation, and the reasoning for doing this is to show an accurate way of how the cases are increasing or decreasing. Because on a daily level, people can't see all of the cases, some are not reported, and so on. So we can see in like India, it's 126% more. So the redder it is, the worse the cases have been in a biweekly change. Now, if we keep on moving down, we look at the manner in which the data was collected. For the cases and deaths, they were collected from this Hopkins University, but for pretty much everything else, besides the hospitalizations, for the testing and vaccinations, they have been collecting it. So the team at Our World in Data, and this was made for anybody that wants more information about COVID, that wants to compare it on a country to country basis, if they want to find specific relations. Is there a direct correlation between administering of the vaccine and decreasing cases? They can see that and they can explore that through this tool. And so these are the different ways of what I mentioned before. A couple things to improve. There are some cases where there's a lot of extra space, and that I'm sure can be avoided. The map should be the main thing, but however, the text is taking up the whole row, and so the map should be much bigger. Another thing is that there is a sidebar, which is nice, but it might be better to have all in one screen where people have access to all the different graphs and don't have to go jumping around. And the last suggestion that I would have is that in the beginning, the subtext under the title is not very clear. They could be a bit more descriptive on what needs to be, what is being shown with this data. So all in all, a great web page and data visualization.